Yo, what up? What up? Good morning, GMG. And Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my coach in the house. Oh, baby. Tyler with the green bull hat. Mando. Good morning, lads. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing fantastic. Market is pumping, or at least Bitcoin is back above 90K. We're looking good.
Yeah.
And Farcoin.
Farcoin. We've been talking about that barbell. You know, Bitcoin, Farcoin. I mean, Solana's catching a nice bid, but it's at levels unseen since 3 days. But I'm sure we'll talk about all that. Bitcoin is definitely up, and we love to see that. I can't wait to see a dominance, actually. I don't know what it's at, but it's probably really high. Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm great as well. The sun's shining. Our coins are pumping, and I had to bring out the shirt for today. We've reclaimed $1.
Wow!
So, it was time to pull it back out. Big day.
Let's go! I forgot that you bought their merch. I love it's not their official merch. Someone made it, right? It was so awesome.
My buddy has a store. I bought a hat today as well to commemorate reclaiming $1. So
I need the mug.
See that on the show. The mug is great. Some candles.
They make candles?
FARTCOIN scented candles, yes.
So does it smell like fart?
Yes.
So wait, hold on. Like
incredible gag gifts. So
like the candle smells like shit.
I believe so. I do not own one, but from what I understand. It smells like success. That's the tagline.
It smells like success. It doesn't smell like farts. It smells like success. I like that. Anyways, I'm sure we'll talk more about Farcoin in a minute. Today on the show, market report. Look, the market's looking amazing. So we'll talk about that. Don't get too excited yet, but it's definitely a nice one. So it's good to see Bitcoin above $90,000, and nice to see Ethereum manage to go to 1626. Anyways, market report. We got Tyler's top 100. I mean, I'm sure Tyler has a lot to talk about because these days topics have been coming in hot. And then Yeet giveaway. We gave away 800 and some change yesterday on day one. We've crossed $5,000 in just like 6 shows or some shit. And so today, someone else is gonna come on the show, and you're gonna win. You're gonna win some money. So make sure you go to yeet.com and you apply to join their platform. But you gotta use our code, which is FOMO HOUR. And then, as usual, this show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. And I could trust in crypto as recognizable as Visa. Check out. Hell yeah. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. Mando, you tell me what's next. Tell me what's now, actually, because this market is beautiful.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Yeah, it is a bit of a beautiful market. We've had a big rally in Bitcoin above 90K, which I think is an important level in people's minds. We obviously had gold continue its like crazy charge here, hit 3,500, I think, briefly this morning, though it's only up a little bit on the day now, 430. So just a good sign here for crypto that Bitcoin is having these like gold-like tendencies, and that's dragging the rest of the market up with it. Bitcoin dominance, even on a day like today, is up higher again, which I think is very important to note. It's outperforming ETH, it's outperforming all the other major L1s. Obviously, there are certain alts moving, but that is normally, you start to see, at least around now, like a bit of an outperformance. And that's impressive. So tough to beat Bitcoin in this market. It does feel like this was at 55% in December, and it was at 61% a month ago. I think it could hit 70% in the next month. I really do. I don't think that's that crazy. But let's see. The only thing that I think would get in the way there would be stable coins. But I think it could just keep going here. It really can. And at least very close to 70% in my opinion. Looks like that recent like that last bit of resistance was like 72-ish. So like maybe that would be the main target here. But Bitcoin looks like it could run to 100K, and like I don't even know if the rest of the market would follow it in the same way. If Bitcoin goes to 100K here, there was that really funny tweet back in the day, which was like ETH was at this level, ETH was at this level, ETH was at this level.
That's bad, bro.
ETH could Bitcoin could hit 100K. I don't think ETH would break 2K.
1,800.
Yeah, probably 1,800. Last time was 22, right?
Maybe 1,800. Yeah, that's
Maybe
like
1,800.
That's like the right over under, I think, and I might be on the under.
This is not good, boys. I mean, for ETH and ETH holders, but I gotta say it's not even good as for like I'm building something on L2, and I think about this every day. Like I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like we had the conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a slight departure, I think, and this is what I think. If you are bullish on Ethereum, you can still be bullish on between the network and the token. I think ETH as a network, even with the L2s, is growing. TVL is growing. Like a lot of that has helped. It's just the value that's gone back to the token is just not happening. So it's more they need to just fix how where the value goes.
Do we think like is the conversation of Solana flipping Ethereum now become more of a less of a moon boy one? Like I'm not even asking it as a dunk. I'm asking seriously, like, does that conversation become more serious here?
Well, it may. I think it's still a long way for Solana to flip ETH, but
and look at this. So look at this, Mando. That's the Sol ETH chart. It's wild.
Yeah, look, it's still a long way to get flipped, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think let's just focus on the fact that Solana's keeping track with Bitcoin here, which I think is a very good sign. Which most other L1s aren't. So I think it's.
Let's look at the top gainers there. Today you got Farcoin obviously again. I mean, what's crazy to me is like it's just Farcoin's constantly top gainer. I mean, I'm sure if I change this to like 7 days, let's see. Okay, Tau. Farcoin's right there. Wow, Tau is Jesus Christ, boys. Tau is having a week.
Yeah,
I bought
a lot of Tau.
Look at this on the month.
That interview. Yeah, good. There's some winners, right? But large extent, these aren't top coins, right?
Yeah.
Like Farcoin 79, Tau's 41st, like in Bitcoin.
Wow. What a rise. What was there anything I missed like that caused this rise, or I just woke up and shit was just like nuts over here? There was no like headline, right, Tyler, or anything on the macro side?
The ETFs, the Bitcoin ETFs saw their biggest day since January 31st. Yesterday, 380 million in inflows. So I think that was notable.
Yeah. Dogecoin 8th. I'm just looking at memes here. Like, wow. Okay. Well, look, Bitcoin's what, 94.20? That famous range, right? The old range was 9. We're there. Like that was remember the range back then that we used to track was this one. So we're literally there. So it's either we get smacked down here, or this is where it breaks out, right? Since this was the range, I remember because of this Darth Maul candle that people used to track. So that was the range, which was $90,000 and then 104. So do you guys think we're going 100K first, or are we going back down to the 80s first? Here's what you both think.
Looks like a breakout to me. I've seen 92K as a key level thrown around a bit from some of the TA experts. I feel like there's some clear air up there. Like I'm not saying we're just going to speed run to all-time highs, by any means, but it's got a lot of positive momentum, and I think the gold breakout has been big as well.
Yeah, gold is insane. What's the ounce of gold now? Like 3,400?
Yeah, I said first thing today. Yeah, it hit 3,500 first thing this morning.
Whoa! Look at this chart. This is the
Wild
gold
chart.
daily chart. So what? Does this thing ever have a blow off top? What the hell?
I love how crypto people will look at that chart and see that the blow off top hasn't happened yet.
There is no blow off top. I love you.
Crypto charts have got us. Gold does not move like this.
It's sideways for 4
years of gold. It does not move like this. This is a blow off top of gold.
Wait, you told me this was sideways for 4 years?
Pretty much, right?
So let's see. That was 180 days here. Oh, you could go further. You could go here. Oh, never mind. 1,300 days.
Yeah.
Wow. How many days is that? How many years? 1,323. So that's a lot of years. Yeah. Wow. What a breakout. One day that's going to happen to gold or our other gold. I mean, boys. Boys. What? Lads. What do we have to say here? I mean,
it just keeps forming higher cups, handling down.
What I tell you the other day,
breaking up.
Tyler, another cup and handle back to back. Called them both.
And there's going to be another one as soon as this leg up ends, where we'll retrace 15-20%.
We had this one here.
Until it flips ETH.
You know what though? Farcoin could just flip Solana at this stage.
My message to everyone who's been bull posting Farcoin is we got to start raising the targets because 10 is too close here.
I mean, boys. I mean,
the problem with the $10 target is people are going to start front running that.
The
So,
fuck
you
$10
got
targets.
People are going to sell at 5. I think the target is, as Dip Wheeler says, top 2 meme coin, and it doesn't want to be number 2.
This train goes one direction.
So if you look at the meme coin list,
let me pull it up for you. That bonk guy is up like $6 million on that shit.
yeah, he's now becoming one of the top fart traders. So
Yeah, look
shout
at
out to
this.
him. He bought the.
I mean,
it was
you're
just
telling me
25 billion.
Farcoin is 62nd now. It was 79th just like a few hours ago.
It's moving up. It's definitely going to flip Trump.
It flipped bonk?
Oh,
Whoa.
that's new. That must have happened this
That
morning.
just happened.
Yeah. I think
Trump train.
Flipping Pepe would be big, right? What's
what's
Pepe at right now? 4 billion?
I'm checking for you right now.
3.4.
But Ethereum is really weighing it down, like insane.
Yeah.
It sucks because it's a great coin. I fucking love Pepe, man. I mean, if you're looking to trade, it's not bad.
Yeah. It feels like it's lost a bit of its momentum, luster, attention.
Yeah.
It's still up there. I personally think Farcoin's a better meme than Pepe. It's got more universal appeal. Shiba, we don't even really know who's actively buying Shiba. It just feels
No
like
one.
it just stays up there. So I think that's the big target. That's 7.4.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my target's never changed. It was 5 bear case, 10 base case, and like 50 bull case.
Yeah.
So hopefully we see that happening. It'd be great. I mean, AXBT is calling Farcoin, shit the whole time. So I think we're in for a surprise. Anyways, all right, let's go to today's topics because I think we have some fun stuff to discuss here. And we don't have a code yet. We'll have a code in a second for y'all. Just a reminder, eat.com, go sign up, use FOMO HOUR code, and you'll go. Yeah, what would be the price if it goes to 7 billion? Come on, man.
Guys, we made the math very easy for you.
They come on. We're still early. Or is he testing us? Yeah, he
Maybe
must
he's
be
testing
testing us.
$7.
7. There you go. Bingo. We got the comments today are great. The comments there are hilarious. All right, let's go to Tyler's Top 100.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour calls the kid can't miss.
Ready to patch some barriers. Folks, crypto majors very green here this morning. Bitcoin was leading the way. Actually, Solana now leading up 4% here at 144. Bitcoin breaking 90K, 90,300. Some of the top moving alts on the day were Cass, Paul, previously Matic, and STX leading alts, of course, along with Farcoin. We'll get to that in a minute. Those Bitcoin ETFs, like I just mentioned, they saw 381 million in net inflows on the day. That is their highest daily total since January 31st. Upexi, their stock jumped 335% yesterday after they announced plans to use $90 million to build a Solana corporate treasury. So maybe they've been buying here this morning. The SEC new chair, Paul Atkins, was officially confirmed yesterday. Also, he faces 72 crypto-related ETFs awaiting approval decisions. So he's got his work cut out for him. In other news, Deutsche Bank and Standard Chartered are looking to grow their crypto operations in the U.S. And the Wall Street Journal reporting Circle, Coinbase, BitGo, and a few other firms are looking to apply for bank charters. So we're seeing more crossover here between native crypto platforms and banks. Breaking news before the show, Trump Media has finalized their partnership with Crypto.com to launch those ETFs. So a lot of ETF news. In token airdrop and protocol news, OpenSea, they launched one-click wallet swapping for users switching between chains. They're continuing to ship over there. Kaido announced incoming changes to protect integrity on their project leaderboards. The Multiplier founder said, hey, we're returning those pre-sale funds. No longer needed. We're making enough money. We don't need your pre-sale funds. Still planning to execute the airdrop. Myriad teasing V3 coming soon, allowing deposits in dozens of cryptocurrencies, a SocialFi aspect, and no more 3% fees on those sales. So that was a big one. Meebits announced their on-chain AI agents, Think Agents, will go live today, powered by this Think token. In memes, kind of somewhat of a quiet day. Meme coordinators are green. Of course, Fartcoin soaring into the top 60s, leading the way. Troll was a big winner on Solana, jumping 60% to 9 million. FMK, Poseidon were big winners in the low caps. It does feel like more signs of life there in those Solana trenches. That was the roundup for today.
Speaking of Solana trenches, Tyler, we'll just start there. I have a question for you guys. I mean, I asked a couple of friends, but Crypto UB, the Haven, he called Farcoin trade pretty well. Like, he's actually nailed the shit out of it a few times. It's come for Popcat to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I know Popcat did something pretty creative where it was a Popcat Farcoin liquidity pool, which I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's smart. I wonder how nobody came up with that before. I thought it interesting. Do you guys think that the strength of Fartcoin, and honestly Solana is holding pretty strong, do you guys think that this could cause a resurgence in some of the older, more established Solana memes, or do they just have so many sellers that forgot to sell the last top and will just continue to sell through it?
I think we could see a handful of winners. I don't think there's enough capital, enough of a wealth effect to have like a mass raising of all the ships by any means. But we're seeing more and more signs of folks returning, right? Like Orangey is back. He's tweeting the trenches are on fire. Thread Guy's back. And he's tweeting like that he's active. They're talking about these PvP clan wars in the trenches right now. So whether or not they're actively posting and streaming, there are more folks back, and they're buying. And I think there are going to be more opportunities. Like clearly, like everyone needs to lower their expectations compared to what January of 2025 was like, right? Just throw those numbers and market caps and daily runners out the window for now. But we're seeing more activity, and some of these legacy tokens still have some big communities behind them. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a PopCap run up. I won't be shocked to see like Mog just out of nowhere pull.
Well, Mog got the Binance Alpha post yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was during the show. Binance Alpha is going to list Mog, Cult, and SPX. So Still lowest unit bias on Coinbase. Wasn't delisted during that run down, and we saw some delistings on Coinbase from like Giga, Turbo, and a few others. So, I mean, obviously bias here. I'm always gonna love Mog, but they have a real community. That's a 2023 coin. You guys think Mog could run it back to like 1.5 billion? That's where it was in Miami.
I love how you just like you go to all the way to the end. You know, it's like, yeah, well, when is Solana gonna flip ETH? When is Mog gonna run to 1.5 billion?
I'm just trying to. I'm just
You
listen.
know how
Listen.
long it will take for Mog to run to 1.5 billion? We could be here for like 2 years, brother.
I'm here to entertain. You know, I'm here to entertain. I'm trying to get the right clip out of you, Mando.
I'm not bearish. I'm just saying what Tyler just said there is 100% it. It's like,
Yeah.
just go search, go have a look at Google search trends on crypto right now, and you'll probably get a better sense of like, are all these coins about to just do crypto? I reckon. I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm just guessing here. Crypto go worldwide for the last few years. This past day, so
5 years.
Yeah, why not? Right.
Hmm.
Kind of tells you the sort of environment that it's in, and you know things can change, but like we're not where we were.
Yeah. How do you remove a coin? Like if I go remove, and I search for like meme coin.
God, I think that would be even worse.
Oh God. That's not right. Is that right?
When was that peak? Was it just exactly Trump weekend, or was it after?
Yeah, it's Trump weekend.
Yeah, it looks like it. Let's go like 12 months. Yeah, there you go. Trump weekend.
So where were we? So summer of last year when we were starting to get some runners on Pump Fund. Let's say
it's here. It's November 24th, kind of. No.
Where are we now?
Here, same level.
Lower.
Lower. Here, 5. September.
Yeah.
Which is like the peak of when things were dead. Before, like, folks don't remember, like last August and last September. Like, go look at the Pump Fund numbers.
Look at Bitcoin though.
Bitcoin hit 55K or 50K during that period, right? That was when it was like, I thought it was over.
Look at Bitcoin. Not bad. Let's look at Farcoin.
Bitcoin's holding up.
Whoa! Look at the Farcoin one.
Farcoin looks like the Farcoin chart, really, doesn't it?
Holy shit!
But that is exactly, again, points to what Tyler's saying. There may be like the odd winner here, but we're just not in that environment. Like people, when they say the trenches are back, it's because it's PvP clan wars. That just
wait. What is this? This is like the most cringe thing.
Orangey's clan versus somebody else's clan. Everyone trying to like rug each other for the few remaining dollars in the trenches.
Yeah.
They all need they need more watches and cars, you know? Like, by the way, which is the most negative EV thing in crypto is that whole PV3 thing. It looks like we didn't learn the first time. That's why Farco is working, because PVE. Can you guys just tell me, Tyler, what the fuck is this whole clan war thing? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm not involved. I saw Rasmer talking about it, so that was my signal here. So take it all with a grain of salt.
Let's go to Rasmer's page.
I'm personally not playing these new daily runners. It's not.
You're not?
It's not my game. I do like at least to generally.
Come on, mate.
Like the last one I really played was House Coin, and I'm still holding it. Like I like to play the ones that I can at least have like a multi-week thesis on mostly. Like
what do you
when in peak froth, sure I'll do more intraday flips, but in general, the market's not hot enough about that.
Where's this clan war thing?
I don't know. I would have to. I think it was like over the weekend. He was also talking about how the second coin from the whole Zora coin everything fallout was he called it 9/11 for the trenches, which was a massively overblown statement because like 2,000 people had even bought that basis for every one coin. So he's one to exaggerate. But anyway, that's where I got it from. Some of the folks are back on the timeline. Like that is,
of course they are.
Yeah.
It's always the same thing. And they're going to come out and say that they've been trading the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure some of them were, right? It's like you get addicted to the game.
Yeah.
Decent. I mean, Trump coin
It's
did
such
9.
a good way to judge where you're on the cycle by who comes
Yeah.
back.
It's
And
so
when.
Mando. It's like, how many times are we gonna do this or see this? Like, you know what I mean?
You've said that so many times. Just like, oh, that guy's back. And we know who
I see everything.
and we're like, oh, okay, that's where we are in the cycle, you know?
This is why I get so bored sometimes. Thankfully, I'm building something. Like I haven't paid attention to I'm not paying attention. I go on Twitter, I post my shit, I got my notifications on for Ovi, Tyler, Mando, Rug Radio, Myriad. Like I do my Myriad thing, I do my work, I do my shit, I follow my homies, I look at some traders I like, and I just don't pay attention. I guess it's one of the good things about being in Europe. Because I just find the whole thing so boring of people leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back. Like Wiz said that yesterday. He's like, look at who's back now, bull posting, but they weren't bull posting. Like I switched my name to Permabull at 76k Bitcoin. Okay. So I don't know.
It is interesting to think about where we are in the cycle, right? We've talked about how the 4-year cycle is kind of broken.
Bottom of the second inning.
It does feel like that, right? Like we're not going to experience like I don't feel like we're in the early stages of the bear market of a 2-year downturn ahead of the 2027 crypto bull cycle by any means.
Yeah.
It feels like we kind of speed. It does feel like we kind of speed run these, right? Like, are we on like more of a yearly cycle now? Cause like, how did last year play out? Memes had their big run. Bitcoin had the ETF run in Q1. Memes lagged. Memes peaked in March, April 2024. We cooled off all summer. So everyone sold in May, went away. Heated up in November during the AI meta Trump pump. Bitcoin runs, peaks in January, bull off top. Trump coin, January 20th, down only for 3 months. A little less than 3 months.
Yeah.
Bitcoin was 75K 2 weeks ago.
I've said that for a long time. I don't believe in the 4-year cycle.
I don't know.
The crypto.
I believe in it, man. Though, like we're back 4 years later, summer 21, summer 25. Isn't that like a eerie feeling of 4-year cycle?
Well, we're not in summer of 25, are we? We kind of started rallying last year, and then everything got absolutely decimated in 2025. Well, apart from Bitcoin.
Oh.
Like ETH is at 1,650. Solana.
Yeah, but ETH is not relevant anymore, right? There's always an L1 or L. Like there's always a coin that gets left behind,
asset.
Right?
What I would say is that like this did feel more like rather than this is a 4-year cycle, it felt like what Tyler just said, a shortened cycle, and then we might see a shortened run up again. Like that, if you just forget the 4-year cycle, what we just saw looked a lot like a short cycle, right? Bitcoin goes, altcoins go, meme coins go, and then everything just collapses.
I have a question. I got a lot of questions today. I'm in a good mood, man. It's fucking beautiful out here.
Me too.
You know, my Oura ring, highly recommend a Whoop or Oura ring. I've hit record low daytime stress in 13 months and record high daytime recovery in 13 months since I'm here. I'm just saying, you know, the Euro poor life is not so poor. Anyways, my question was, Kobe back then said that 2024 was most likely to be similar to 2019 because, you know, there was a big spike, or 2018. I forgot what he compared it to. It was like a 1-year run. And then that the real cycle kind of starts in 26. I think a lot of people have that as a thesis as well. What do you guys think of that? What if 24 was just the test 1-year run and we had like the markets figuring itself out? There's adoption in institutions for Bitcoin. There's ETFs, blah, blah, blah. Bitcoin at the forefront of everything. We have the SBR, all this shit, like the Trump executive orders, and that 20 gear up for the cycle to actually start, whether towards the end of this year and next year.
It feels like there's a foundation being laid for a potential big run for Bitcoin. With global adoption, infrastructure, huge institutional players all coming in kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to think that we will have a solo Bitcoin run. And I'm not saying it means ETH's going to pump. I'm not saying it means Sol, but I think there will be other metas along with that. And we probably just don't know what they are yet. But I don't see there's a world where Bitcoin runs to 150K, 200K, and nothing else does. As for when that's going to happen, I don't know. I was personally kind of hoping it would be in 2025, Q4.
I don't know. I'm trying to go to Ibiza this summer, so
You can still go to Ibiza, man.
it's an hour flight for me now, so you know.
You act like you're trading at the desk 8 hours a day. You make a handful of trades a month for the
And
most
it
part.
works.
Yeah,
Boys.
and you've done very well. So it's not like you can still enjoy Ibiza. And
Yeah,
You
actually,
did very
handful of
well.
trades.
that's good advice, Farokh. Actually, like you've traded best when you had not traded.
Like I just did, right? I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
talk about it right now. I'm gonna wait for it to play out. But I
Please
did some
don't.
crazy shit this weekend,
Yeah.
so we'll wait for that. This could be another one of those trades. So we'll see. We'll see. But I agree. It's when you trade a handful of times, you tend to perform better because you just act more rationally. I feel like my biggest losses was just like following up a trade and just losing like $1 million buying Fartcoin at like 2.5. You know, stuff like that. When I already made a fuck ton of money on the way up. It's a classic though. That's a
You weren't
Farokh
alone.
special.
Harala Bob was in there.
Yeah,
there
you,
with
me. I mean, there's a bunch of people like us. I mean, in my like Wiz, Harold, another one of our friends, like a few of us got really sniped on that one. But hey, we managed to buy the lows again, so it's not bad. Anyways, the code today, yeet.com, but for rafflebot.xyz. So rafflebot.xyz, we're gonna bring a lucky winner on show today. You're gonna win minimum $500. There's not really a maximum. So the code is FART. FART. I think you can all spell that. What, Bitcoin's at 90.7. The
Wow.
code today is, yeah, it's insane. Well, Popcat is fucking running. Damn. The code today is FART. FART. For today. Anyways, Tyler, what else did you have for us? There's quite a few other things.
A couple here. So we're seeing more of these companies build these Solana reserves. So the latest was this company Upexi. And for background, I think I looked at their market. They are on the NASDAQ. I want to say their market cap is like $14 million. It's like they are a smaller company. They somehow did a $100 million funding round. And they're going to use the funds just to establish a Solana Treasury Reserve. And then their stock ripped up about 3.5x yesterday. Let's see how it is today. It's down 10% today. Like if you zoom out on this company, like the 5-year chart, like 5 years ago, they were trading at $100. Now they're trading at $8. So it's like kind of a zombie company move. You know, I think GameStop kind of opened up this playbook to a degree. So we're seeing more of this. I don't know if it's a last ditch, Hail Mary, or just a pivot for the company. But this is the latest. We saw the other company. The other company I'm blanking on, it was a real estate firm. They launched their Solana Treasury just a couple weeks ago. I think since their stock pumped and it sold off as well. So we'll see how long the market will value these. But a growing trend, something to pay attention. And again, more just institutional capital piling in to some of the crypto majors. So that was a story from yesterday. The other big one was probably this story from the Wall Street Journal. I didn't see it get talked about.
What's that?
So Circle, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
They launched that new product to become to get into the remittances game, rival Visa and MasterCard. But the Wall Street Journal also reported yesterday that Circle and Coinbase are both pursuing U.S. national banking charters, according to multiple reports. These banking charters or licenses would allow them to hold customer funds directly without any intermediaries. They can access the Fed payment rails, issue stable coins with more legitimacy, reduce counterparty risk, offer insured dollar accounts, and potentially yield products. So some big unlocks. I'd say more so for Coinbase than Circle, certainly in line with Circle's business model, pointing to just the crypto-friendly Trump administration. as what is kind of enabling this move here. So it's still early stages. It's pursuit. They haven't been able to lock these down or get the approvals, but this kind of gives you a sense of where they might be looking to go next. And it just seems like we're going to continue to muddy the lines between traditional banking and crypto. It feels like they're going to be becoming more and more integrated. We've already got the writing on the wall that the banks are getting into crypto. We just had Deutsche Bank and Standard Chartered say they're going to grow their crypto operations. And now on the flip side of that, you've got your more crypto natives like Coinbase who want to start acting like banks. So that's going to be another big trend. And I think it's one that will, at a macro level, increase legitimacy of crypto and open up the buyer pool. And probably that's going to be more impactful for Bitcoin, right? But you can make the argument that it grows the pond and gets more folks in the door. And a small percent goes down the rabbit hole and perhaps gets deeper into crypto. So those are two of the big stories that I was looking at.
Okay. There's a lot of institution we've been seeing it forever, but it's really the name of the game right now. You just mentioned this company that's putting Bitcoin on their books. Remember in Paris, I told you guys I was on stage with like the French MicroStrategy. It's called the Blockchain Group, literally. So you've covered it, both of you, in your minutes. I was on stage with the guy, and he was just saying so many other companies are going to follow suit, right? Like you look at the CAC 40, which is the French SPX, right? Right? I think, Mando, like the French S&P, CAC 40 or something, I forget. But you'd argue that if they're doing well, a bunch of other companies are just going to follow suit. I guess that's the thesis, and it's happening in London. It's going to happen in Canada. It's going to happen in the New York Stock Exchange. It's going to happen across the board. All right, what else you got for us?
I think a lighter story is the 72 crypto ETFs that are on Paul Atkins' desk.
What?
I think Eric Balkunis, he tweeted about this yesterday. So if you go to his Twitter page, you'll be able to find the full list. It should be only a handful of tweets down. But yeah, Paul Atkins officially confirmed to be the SEC chair. He's crypto friendly, and they've got a backlog of these ETFs that are awaiting approval decisions. So there's XRP, there's Litecoin, Solana, Doge. There's a 2x Melania ETF in the mix. Sweet.
2x Melania?
That's 2x Melania.
Come on, man.
Massive demand for that one. Pinga in that pile as well. So it does raise the question of like, what is the impact of ETF approval in a more diluted crypto ETF world? And like we're seeing it yesterday, the Bitcoin ETFs saw a 3-month high. ETH ETFs were still negative outflows on the day.
Do you guys think, realistically, which ones do we think happen? The Solana one feels like inevitable.
I think my hot take is I think they're all going to happen.
Really? The Melania 2X?
I feel like that's more likely to me. Maybe a few of just like the wilder ones just don't make it over the line. I don't really know that we need a 2x Melania ETF. So maybe some common sense, some baseline thresholds for market cap. But I feel like it's more work to try to justify individual tokens for ETF approval than just making more blanket approvals. Right. And if you're going more free markets, I guess once they've determined they're not securities, like what would be a reason not to, like, why would you not approve some of these tokens?
Yeah.
I guess from protecting investors. But ETH investors probably needed some protecting. Right?
I think there's still some questions about what's security and what isn't, right? I think the SEC hasn't quite said everything is a commodity yet. They're not at that point. Sure. Even their recent commentary sounds like they're not even at that point yet. So
not yet, yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's going to be, some of these might take a little bit longer. I think XRP and some of the meme coin ones and Solana are probably shoo-ins, but the other ones, they might just take a while.
XRP and Sol seem to be pretty much shoo-ins, I'd say, for by the end of 2025.
So crazy how XRP scammed itself into the entire ecosystem and just bought a huge company. It's so insane. Like the whole thing's a fucking scam. You know, like Brad Garlinghouse has never bought a single dollar of crypto in his career, I think. You know, and he's like, it's so crazy. He's only probably bought crypto so he could afford gas fees to dump his XRP on people who think it's going to $500. That'll always. You know, we got an email this morning to get Charles Hodgkinson on the show, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun one. Fuck yeah. I said yeah. I said hell yeah. I got a message from Ev saying, should we get this person on? We got an email on the show. I'm like, fuck yeah, we're getting Charles Hodgkinson on the show. What you mean? Shout out to Jeeps. He's listening for sure. I can't see my phone, but make it happen. That'll be a fun one. I can't wait. Yeah.
One that's been crazy this week is this Tau thing. Have you been seeing? Like, I know everyone talks about FARTCOIN and AI coins, but Tau's up 45% this week.
All right, talk to us about your bags. Let's go. Let's go look at let me share the screen.
I mean, it's already up, so it's kind of already happened, but
it's the biggest runner of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like basically Barry Silbert went on I think it was Raoul Pal, sorry, and said, yeah, this is like a really interesting one. Tokenomics are like Bitcoin, right? It's meant to be this thing that's like a reward mechanism for AI training, essentially. But this is now easily the biggest AI coin. Easily. This thing has got a fully diluted market cap of 7 billion now. Like,
someone mentioned something in the comments. I want to ask you. Someone's saying that Tau has like no revenue. Here, Zama in the comments says Tau has like no revenue. To compare it to OHM.
I mean, very, very different. I mean, and let me explain why. Tau was a fair launch, right? Fair launch. Bitcoin tokenomics is not meant to be about revenue. Like, this is why people call it the Bitcoin of AI. Like, it's not trying to make fee revenue.
Got it.
It's meant to be a reward mechanism for training better AI, essentially. So if you're able to, like different questions or different resources are posed at the different subnets, and the ones that do it the best are then rewarded with the token. So it's just like a reward mechanism almost. It's less of this is how much fee generation there is. Some of these subnets are now able to make their own coins. And to trade those, you do need Tau. So the value goes back to Tau a little bit better. But it's kind of got a different proposition. Like it's not meant to be a DAO token by any means. Like, but I don't know. Like, it's just something to pay attention to. Like, that is for a $7 billion FTV coin now. That puts it in the top 40 now.
Wow.
But like fully diluted, it's probably higher than that.
Let's check it out.
A coin that like did not take part in any of the AI, the rest of the AI stuff, for like AI agents.
30 second, Mando, fully diluted.
Yeah. Yeah, just pay attention to it. I think like this is definitely now leading. This and
pay attention. Pay attention.
I don't even know what that means, but
yeah, I know what that means.
Yeah. I mean, how often do we talk about that as a coin? Like, and we talk about AI coins all the fucking time.
It feels like it's in its own. There's this other branch of crypto AI that's kind of in its own world, and we don't talk about it as much. I guess what I don't understand, I feel like these are competing more with like real world AI companies, like maybe Web2. And I just don't know what that competitive landscape looks like. like what other AI companies are focused on building training data, and what are their market caps, or is Tao doing something unique? And I just don't. And I just need to spend more time researching it. I don't have the answers.
It's less like that. It's more like, instead of, this is how you could like link this to an open source model and be like, this is how we're going to improve a ton of different open source AI models, rather than having a closed source model which is trained itself in-house. So it's like a different proposition even for like a blockchain. I don't know how, like, it's more like DeepIn, way more like DeepIn as a coin, rather than, whereas I think like a lot of the AI coins that we have are like agent marketplace style coins, or you have to use a coin to like spin up an agent, this sort of stuff. This is completely different. It's more like, we're going to reward you for doing certain things for the network. So it's far more akin to like all the other DeepIn coins, where like it's just like that. Like, yeah, there's a network here and there's some value in the network, and you're rewarded for putting up a phone mast. You know what I mean? Like it's more like that.
I mean, there's a lot of upside if what you're saying is like going to happen. Like, we look at the chart. Like, I know it's up 40% on the week, but
it is a bit of a fugazi. Like, you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I would admit that, but it's also $7 billion now. I would listen to the interview with Barry Silbert and
Raul. I'll check it out.
It's worth it.
I'll check it out.
That's when
There's
I
usually
it.
good
And
ones.
I was like, oh, this might have a bit of a run here, and then it has.
Okay, I'll definitely make sure I check that out. So let's see what happens then. Yeah, Barry Silbert is arguing with people on the timeline right now about Tao, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 2 hours ago.
It was dunked on a lot during the AI run, because it was like, oh, Tao's about to be like overtaken by all the different AI coins.
Yeah. So he's at it. So this is the interview for those of you who are curious. So we'll see what happens on that front. Okay, cool. That's good. I think we've gone around the block pretty well, right? Should we give some money away?
It's good to eat.
Let's do lamb chop today.
Sure, let's do it.
Let's go. All right. Fart's the code. Fart's the code. Make sure you put it in. Make sure you sign up using our thing.
Coin rates should be any day now.
Yes, please.
Be coming back any day.
I'm not going to be on much next week, so it's got to be fixed this week, brother. I need it.
You take another week off for the.
I have to, Habibi. I have to go to Token 2049, my favorite place in the world. My favorite place in the world. I fucking hate that place. It actually pisses me off that I have to go. Sort of be in Lisbon. Here you go. OX Kibu.
Red guy.
Red guy, baby. OX Kibu. Let's go. All right. OX Kibu. OX Kibu.
Did he
got
come
Epic.
up?
Here we got Epic and Mog in the bio. He's got a red guy PFP. He's got OSF's work.
I mean, we got to wait for hours for this guy to come.
Oh, he's here. He's here. He's here. Do you guys remember when the Ovi's Blast era? That was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's here. I'm only talking about.
He was launching it. He's like, they were all free mins.
I'll never forget the day Ovi like sent 500 ETH to like the Blast Bridge or some shit. Like waited 8 months.
Oh yeah, he was deep.
Or like 1,000 ETH or some shit.
Get to hear about Blast just
every fucking day. Oh my god! By the way,
it's a really good trade. That's like God.
It's kind of like our pups thing. It's kind of like our pups thing. By the way, Pups has caught 0 bits. Runes are not even catching a bit on this move up. No. Anyways, what's up, Kibu? How you doing? Can you guys hear him? Oh, I can hear him. And look for Tyler. Tyler, put your phone volume up. Maybe it's you. Like you're on the side of your phone. Kibu, trying again.
It's all the way up.
Kibu? Okay, I hear him on the spaces.
I can hear him.
See, I can't.
It's weird.
But I can on my phone. So, but you can hear him, right?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, cool. All right, so you'll be Tyler. You'll be running port here to communicate with Kibu. So Kibu, listen, because I know you can hear me. So congratulations first and foremost. You've won $500 already. So that is for sure in your pocket. Congratulations, you made $500. Second thing, we're gonna play 2 games of Land Chop here. So let me put it right there. Click to start, and here's how we're gonna do it. Mr. Kibu. So we're going to actually, Tyler, is one of your knobs down? The one with the USB on your Roadcaster?
Oh, no.
No? Okay. Well, I can't hear Kibu for some reason. All right. Well, you can hear him. So look, we're going to play some Lamb Chop for you today on the show. Here we go. So, where's the full screen here? Am I blind? You can't full screen. Okay. You can't full screen, Mando? Oh, there it is. It just appeared. Boom. All right. So we're going to do $250 bets. And you're going to have 2 bets. So, Tyler, so basically, you're just going to tell Tyler if you want to keep going or not going. Is Kibu watching us in video?
Kibu, are you on the video? Okay.
Okay, he is?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so let's get going. Easy. Sorry, lads. All right, let's go. First run.
All
Do we
right.
keep going?
Keep going? Yes. Same question. Keep going? Yes.
Yeah, let's go. All right, 300. Hold on.
Knock him out.
Oh god.
Oh,
all right.
yanked.
One more run. Don't worry. And by the way, you still have that $500 banked, so you've made $500 already. All right, let's go. All right.
All right. You got 268. You want to keep going? Yes.
297.
297. You want to keep going? Yes.
Yes. Keep going. Go to
Ooh,
the end.
332.
To the barn.
Yes.
To the barn.
Knock him out.
To the.
Oh no.
No. Boo.
Come on, man. Fuck. This fucking game, man. Mando.
Bad luck, Kibu.
God damn it.
You're still walking
Oh.
away with $500.
Well, look, Kibu, congratulations. Like Tyler just told you, you still walked away with $500. So that's good. That's good. You still made $500. All right, boys. I'm excited to see where we'll be tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna lie. I hope this trend sustains and that we keep going up. With that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.